Hey class, today you're going to be working on an isometric style of drawing. Before we get into the drawing, let's throw a couple of notes in our engineering notebook. All right, here's my notebook from a couple of days ago. So let's just turn to a new blank page, and we're going to label that new page technical sketches because we're continuing with our technical sketches. And we'll number that page. You're probably way ahead of me. All right, and today we are working on a style called isometric. That's isometric. And you're going to like isometric because unlike obliques, where we had cavalier and cabinet, and unlike our perspectives, where we had a 3-point perspective, a 2, and a 1, there's only one style of isometric sketching. So isometric sketching is a 3D style where all sides of an object are shown as diagonals. So a 3D style where all sides of an object are shown as diagonals. Both the left and right side, I'm just going to abbreviate L and R side, extend back at a 30-degree angle. All right, so there's our definition. You can go ahead and pause it here if you need more time to copy this down. And what we're going to do now is put an example isometric. So just like we did on the previous pages, we're going to draw a cube. Okay, this is going to feel kind of like our 2-point perspective because we're going to start off with a straight line. That's going to be the foreground of this object. Then I'm going to do some diagonals, and I want to extend them back, I'm guessing, at about a 30-degree angle here. Right, we'll get more precise when we get our paper. Okay, so both of these lines are parallel. Now I'm going to draw a line going straight up. There's my right side. I'm going to try and match the left side. So the upper right side corner is there. I want my upper left side corner there. My lower left side corner, I'm trying to match horizontally to my right side. And I'll extend these lines back. Again, I'm assuming I'm coming close to a 30. All right. There's my left side. And then to put on the top, I want this line parallel to these two lines. And this back line I'm going to draw from the right corner going left. I'm going to make parallel to these two lines. Right. And then why don't we just jot a little note down here. This is a 30-degree angle. And this side's also a 30-degree angle. Right. And then the last note I'd like you to put on here, just so we've got it to refer back to, is that all lines going the same direction are parallel. So there's a math word for us today. They're all going to run an equal distance away from each other and never intersect. So all are parallel and equal length. And so what I mean by that is this line here, we could call this A, and A. All three of these lines should be parallel, and they should be an equal length in our isometric drawing. Right. So again, let's put this in your notebook. So we got something to refer back to. We kind of understand the basics of isometric. And then you're going to grab a sheet of this graph paper. Right? And this graph paper, you can see, doesn't look like the grid we were using before. It's got a bunch of diagonals. These diagonals going up and to the right are extending at a 30-degree angle. That should sound familiar because that's what a isometric drawing extends back at. The ones going up into the left, also a 30-degree angle. And then the vertical lines here are vertical lines. They go straight up and down. So it's important when we use this, we've got the title block down here at the bottom. If you rotate it, now all of a sudden your diagonals are going at a 16 out of 90, and it won't make that isometric drawing that we want. So go ahead and put your name down here so we know who this sheet belongs to. Remember, we're drawing isometrics. And you can even date it if you want. Today is the 17th. Okay. So I'm going to show you one isometric. We're going to work together on one, and then you're going to do a few more on your own. So in sheet number 3, or assignment number 3, there is a sheet of 24 isometrics. You're only going to end up doing 7. We're going to do one together here, and then you're going to pick one from each row to reproduce on this sheet of paper. You might need a second one because the directions tell us we should draw it out at a scale of 2 to 1. And I'll see if I can get both of these on the same sheet here. I'll shrink this down a little bit. All right. There we go. So I got drawing number 1 over here on the side. That's what we're going to recreate on our sheet of paper. I'll even try and zoom in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing here. And now remember, we're going 2 to 1. So over here where sheet number 1 is on my screen, I want to double the size of everything. And so I'm going to just kind of hover in here. I'm going to start by drawing this front edge, and then I'm going to draw this L shape that makes up the right side of this to get started. So the front edge is 1 line long on my sheet of paper. I'm going to make it 2 here. Okay, and I know when I draw, this time I'm going to go up and to the right and up and to the left. So I'm going to come over here about where the number 2 is, and I'm going to draw my first vertical line. And again, that goes up 2 grid squares. You can do the same thing. Now I know that L on my screen extends back 3 grid squares. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 6. And again, I'm following this dotted line. Every line you draw today is going to darken up one of these dotted lines. Right? So we're not going to make up any new angles. It's all going to be 30s and 90s. Okay. Now I'm at the back corner. Again, I can click with my mouse so you can see where I'm at. Okay, I'm right here at this corner. So now I'm going to draw my vertical going up. And that's 4 long on my screen, so it's going to be 8 on my paper because we're doubling it. So there's 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, now I'm just going to finish drawing my L. At this point, I'm going to come down along that diagonal. That's 2. Okay, I'm going to come down this direction. I'm going to stop 2 before I intersect with that diagonal, and then I'll draw another parallel line. So there's the right side of my L. I'm going to click back to this paper one more time. So all of these lines that extend to the right, they are all equal length and parallel. And I'm going to double this scale. So there's 3 on this example sheet of paper. They're going to be 6 on this sheet of paper. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 6. Okay, this one's the same length. So 2, 4, 6. Now, sometimes that pulls on students' eyes because this one looks like it's extending further to the right, but it started further to the right. So these lines are equal length. They are parallel. And I'll come down here, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. All right, so all these lines are equal length. They're all parallel. Now I'm going to draw my back edge in, which is also equal length and parallel. So this line and this line, equal length and parallel. Yeah. This line and this line, equal length and parallel. Should I say it one more time? This line and this line, equal length and parallel. And you can just silently say it in your head. Okay, I can't resist it. Equal length and parallel. Yeah. So now we've drawn out the L. We're going to take and add some shading here. So we're going to shade one side kind of dark. Yeah, so let's do the left side kind of dark. I'm trying to go kind of quick here, and my pencil seems to have some goo on it. It's not shading nice, but there's my one side in dark. Okay, we'll do the right side kind of medium shaded. Yeah, so not quite as dark. And then the top side, we're just going to leave blank. So there's one of your 7 drawings right there. Okay, you're going to follow the directions. You're going to pick one from each row and recreate it on your sheet of paper. Okay, if you need more paper, there's some in the bin up front. And what you'll notice is as you go down, and in theory, these drawings get a little more complex, but hopefully as you're working your way down, your skill level will get higher. So at the end of class today, since I'm not here, I want you to turn this into the bin so I can check it out. And if we got some errors or mistakes, we'll clean it up on Monday.